First contact incident. The Deep Space Survey vessel Curiosity drifted silently through the Carina Nebula's outer edges, its quantum sensors probing the cosmic dust for signs of the signal that had brought them 12 light-years from Earth. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the bridge's observation window, her dark eyes reflecting the distant stars as she contemplated their mission's increasingly mysterious nature. "Captain, I'm picking up unusual energy signatures," Lieutenant Marcus Rodriguez called from his station. "They matched the frequency pattern of the distress beacon." But he frowned, fingers dancing across his holographic interface. "There's something else overlapping it." Sarah turned from the window, her expression measured. Humanity had spent decades preparing for first contact, but something about this situation felt wrong. The distress signal they detected used frequencies that shouldn't exist according to known physics, yet here they were, following its trail into unexplored space. "Show me," she ordered, moving to Rodriguez's station. The sensor display showed a complex waveform that pulsed with an almost organic rhythm. As they watched, the pattern shifted, becoming more intricate. "It's adapting," Dr. Emily Wong, their xenolinguist, said from her nearby workstation. "The signal is actively responding to our presence." Her voice carried equal measures of excitement and concern. Before Sarah could respond, the ship's AI interface, ARA, spoke up. "Captain, detecting multiple objects decelerating from FTL speeds. Configuration suggests artificial construction. Size estimates indicate vessels larger than any known human ships." The bridge crew froze. First contact protocols were clear: approach with caution, attempt communication, and maintain defensive readiness without showing aggression. But something felt deliberately orchestrated about this encounter. "Battle stations," Sarah ordered, her voice calm but firm. "Defensive posture only. Rodriguez, ready the quantum shield array. Dr. Wong, prepare all first contact protocols." The Curiosity wasn't a warship, but like all human vessels, it carried innovations born from centuries of science fiction and practical engineering. The quantum shield array was humanity's greatest defensive achievement, a system that could theoretically redirect any form of energy attack by shifting it through multiple dimensional states. The alien vessels emerged from FTL in a display that defied conventional physics. Their ships seemed to fold into normal space, geometric patterns that hurt the eyes to look at directly. There were 7 of them, arranged in a formation that clearly broadcasted their military nature. "They're beautiful," Dr. Wong whispered, her scientific curiosity momentarily overwhelming her anxiety. Sarah agreed, but she kept her tactical focus. ARIA, analysis of their capabilities. "Their technology appears to operate on principles we haven't encountered before. Energy readings suggest weapons of unknown type, but their defensive systems appear similar to standard deflector technologies. Notable observation: their ship shows signs of recent combat damage." The alien vessels maintained their distance, but their formation subtly shifted to surround the Curiosity. Sarah recognized the tactic. They were being corralled. "Captain," Rodriguez called out, his voice tense. "The signal pattern has changed again. I think it's a language now." Dr. Wong's fingers flew across her interface. "The structure is incredible. It's not just a language. It's a complete semantic framework being transmitted directly into our systems. They're trying to establish immediate communication." "Can we respond?" Sarah asked, keeping one eye on the tactical display showing the alien vessel's positions. "Yes, but..." Dr. Wong hesitated. "The translation matrix suggests their message contains warning signs. They're not just making contact, they're judging us." Sarah straightened her uniform, a habit from her years of service. "Open a channel. Let's show them humanity knows how to handle first contact." The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a being that seemed to be composed of crystalline structures and flowing energy. Its voice, when it came through the ship's speakers, resonated with harmonics that made the deck plates vibrate. "Vessel of unknown origin." The translation matrix converted its complex harmonics into English. You have entered a quarantine zone. Your presence here activates ancient protocols. Prepare for evaluation. Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. This wasn't just first contact. They had stumbled into something far more complex. I am Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth vessel Curiosity. We followed a distress signal to this location. We come with peaceful intent. The crystalline being's structure shifted, patterns of light flowing through it in what might have been surprise. You detected the beacon. Impossible. Your species should not have the capability to perceive those frequencies. Its tone changed, becoming more urgent. Unless, how long has your kind been watching the stars? Before Sarah could respond, Aria's voice cut in with unusual urgency. Captain, detecting massive energy buildup from all 7 vessels. Their weapons are charging. The crystalline being's next words confirmed Sarah's worst fears. Your development must be evaluated. If you have truly perceived the beacon, you must either be contained or, it paused, patterns darkening. Eliminated. Sarah's mind raced through options. Humanity was about to be tested, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Their response in the next few moments would determine not just their own fate, but potentially humanity's first impression on a wider galactic community. She made her decision. Aria, initiate Protocol Omega. Dr. Wong, prepare the cultural package. Rodriguez, stand by on the quantum array. She faced the screen, her voice steady. We understand your concerns, but humanity has never responded well to threats. Before you take any action, let me show you exactly who you're dealing with. The alien vessels tightened their formation, weapons ready. But Sarah Chen smiled slightly, knowing that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in their weapons or shields. It was in their ability to think beyond conventional boundaries. The real test was about to begin. The Gambit. Initiating Protocol Omega. Aria announced, her synthetic voice carrying an unusual note of anticipation. Throughout the Curiosity, hidden systems began to activate. Technologies that humanity had kept secret even from their own people. The crystalline being watched as streams of data began flowing from the human vessel. What is this? It demanded, its harmonics shifting to higher frequencies. This, Sarah said calmly, is humanity's greeting to the galaxy. Dr. Wong, please proceed. Emily Wong's fingers danced across her console as she transmitted the carefully prepared cultural package. But with a twist. Instead of simple text and images, she sent it through the quantum communication array, encoding it in the same impossible frequencies as the alien beacon. The alien vessel's energy signatures fluctuated in what Sarah interpreted as surprise. The crystalline being's structure rippled. How did you achieve this level of quantum manipulation? Humanity has always dreamed beyond our capabilities, Sarah explained. For centuries, our fiction imagined technologies we couldn't build, but more importantly, we imagined the problems those technologies might create, and their solutions. When we finally reached the stars, we were prepared for possibilities that most species would never consider. Rodriguez's console beeped urgently. Captain, they're scanning us with something new. It's like they're looking through dimensional planes we didn't know existed. Sarah nodded. Let them look. Aria, disable the dimensional camouflage on levels 3 through 7. The alien vessels suddenly backed away as their scans revealed the true nature of the Curiosity. What had appeared to be a simple exploration vessel now showed layers of technology that defied conventional understanding. Quantum processors that existed in multiple states simultaneously. Engines that didn't so much push against space as negotiate with it. And most impressively, the full capabilities of the quantum shield array, a defense system that could learn from any attack and adapt in real time. Impossible, the crystalline being stated. Your species should be centuries away from such developments. Unless its patterns shifted to darker hues. You found one of the archives. Sarah kept her expression neutral, though her mind raced. Archives. She filed that information away for later. We developed these technologies ourselves, through a combination of theoretical physics, practical engineering, and what some might call desperate creativity. Humanity has always excelled at turning imagination into reality. The alien ships maintained their distance, but their weapon signatures had changed. They were no longer charging for immediate attack, but instead cycling through different configurations, testing, analyzing, adapting. Dr. Wong, Sarah called without taking her eyes off the main screen. Please share with our guests the Maxwell-Zhang theory of dimensional resonance, the complete version. Emily's eyes widened. Captain, that's classified beyond top secret. It's the foundation of our... Exactly, Sarah interrupted. Show them why humanity doesn't need to steal technology from ancient archives to achieve the impossible. As the mathematical proofs and theoretical frameworks began streaming to the alien vessels, Sarah watched the crystalline being's reactions carefully. Its patterns became increasingly chaotic, shifting between colors she couldn't name. This is elegant, it finally admitted. Your species developed quantum dimensional theory through pure mathematical reasoning, without any practical observations of higher dimensional space. Sometimes, Sarah replied, the best way to discover something is to imagine it first, then work backward to prove it's possible. Humanity has been doing that since we first looked up at the stars and dreamed of reaching them. The alien vessel's formation shifted again, but this time into what Sarah recognized as a ceremonial arrangement. The crystalline being's voice carried new harmonics, respect, but also concern. You speak truth, Captain Chen. Your species has achieved something remarkable, perhaps too remarkable. The capabilities you've demonstrated. It paused, pattern swirling. They match prophecies that are older than my civilization, prophecies that speak of both salvation and destruction. Sarah felt the weight of history, not just humanity's, but perhaps the galaxy's, settling onto her shoulders. What prophecies? Before we can discuss such matters, the being replied, its tone hardening. You must pass one final test. Your ship's capabilities are impressive, but they also prove you are more dangerous than we initially believed. Show us not just what your technology can do, but how you choose to use it. The alien ship's weapons powered up again, but this time Sarah recognized it wasn't just for show. They were preparing for something specific, something that would push the Curiosity and its crew to their absolute limits. Very well, Sarah agreed, her mind already racing through possibilities. But remember, you asked for this demonstration. Araya, initiate Protocol Phoenix. Let's show them why humanity's greatest weapon isn't our technology. It's our imagination. As the Curiosity's systems reconfigured themselves in ways that defied standard physics, Sarah allowed herself a small smile. The real test wasn't about power or technology. It was about proving humanity could be trusted with the capabilities they'd developed. And she intended to prove that trust with both brilliance and restraint. Counterstrike. The alien vessels moved with perfect synchronization, their formation morphing into an elaborate three-dimensional pattern that Sarah's tactical training told her was both beautiful and lethal. Energy readings from their ships spiked in complex sequences. Multiple targeting locks detected, Rodriguez reported, his hand steady on his console despite the tension. They're using some kind of quantum-entangled targeting system. Our standard evasion protocols won't work. Sarah nodded, having expected something like this. Araya, activate the Feynman field. Dr. Wong, ready the cultural archives. Lieutenant Rodriguez, prepare for tactical pattern Sierra 9. The crystalline being's voice resonated through the bridge. Your final test begins now, humans. Defend yourselves without destroying. Protect without aggression. Survive without dominance. The first attack came from all 7 ships simultaneously. Beams of coherent energy that existed in multiple quantum states at once. They converged on the Curiosity from angles that should have been impossible to defend against. But Sarah had spent her career preparing for the impossible. Now, she ordered calmly. The Curiosity's quantum shield array activated, but not in any way the alien vessels expected. Instead of attempting to block or deflect the attacks, the shield absorbed them, and did something more. Pattern recognition complete, Araya announced, initiating cultural resonance. The energy from the alien attacks was channeled through the ship's quantum processors, filtered through humanity's collected history of art, music, literature, and scientific achievement. What emerged was something entirely new, a symphony of energy that carried within it the story of human creativity and resilience. The alien beams, rather than damaging the Curiosity, became part of a complex dance of light and energy that surrounded the ship like an aurora. Each attack pattern was transformed into a different aspect of human culture. War became dance, destruction became art, conflict became collaboration. Remarkable, the crystalline being observed, its patterns shifting rapidly. You've turned our weapons into a medium of communication. Humanity learned long ago that the best defense isn't always a shield or a weapon, Sarah explained as the Curiosity began moving through the alien formation. Sometimes it's understanding. Araya. Demonstrate Phase 2. The Curiosity's movement suddenly shifted, its trajectory becoming unpredictable yet harmonious. The ship wasn't just avoiding attacks, it was incorporating them into its course, using the alien vessel's own energy to propel itself in ways that defied conventional physics. The Feynman field, Sarah explained to their bewildered audience, isn't just a defensive system. It's a way of understanding the quantum nature of space-time itself. By analyzing your attack patterns, we're learning to speak the language of your physics. Rodriguez's console lit up with new data. Captain, they're adapting their attack pattern. Energy signatures are shifting too. I've never seen configurations like this. Perfect, Sarah smiled. Dr. Wong, initiate the ICO protocol. Emily's fingers flew across her console as she implemented the command. The Curiosity's systems began broadcasting on frequencies that matched and complemented the alien attacks, creating a complex harmony of energy patterns. You're not just defending, the crystalline being realized, its voice carrying tones of astonishment. You're learning, adapting, and teaching simultaneously. That's what humans do best, Sarah confirmed. We don't just survive challenges, we grow from them. Each of your attacks isn't just a test of our defenses, it's an opportunity to understand you better. The alien vessel's attack patterns became increasingly complex, but with each new configuration, the Curiosity's responses evolved. The ship's movements became a dance, its energy emissions a song, its very presence a demonstration of humanity's unique approach to problem-solving. But how? The crystalline being demanded. Your species is so young. These concepts should be beyond your comprehension. Because we never assumed anything was beyond our comprehension, Sarah answered. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our tactics. It's our refusal to accept limitations. Araya, show them the final movement. The Curiosity's quantum processors reached their peak performance, orchestrating a display that transformed the battlefield into something else entirely. The energy exchanges between the ships became a mathematical poetry, a demonstration of physics that transcended simple combat. The alien vessels gradually ceased their attacks, their formation shifting from combat readiness to what Sarah recognized as a posture of observation. The crystalline being's patterns had stabilized into colors that seemed to indicate deep thought. You have shown us something unexpected, it finally announced. Not just technological advancement, but a fundamental understanding of the universe that few species ever achieve. However, its patterns darkened ominously. This success may have proven you too dangerous to ignore. Sarah's expression remained calm, but her mind raced. They had passed the test of capability, but now faced an even greater challenge. How do you prove to an advanced civilization that understanding doesn't always lead to destruction? The answer, she realized, lay in what they had just demonstrated. Before you make that judgment, she said, there's something else you need to see. Something that will explain why humanity developed these capabilities in the first place. The crystalline being's patterns shifted to indicate curiosity. And what would that be? The reason we followed your beacon here, Sarah replied. Because what we discovered isn't just a signal, it's a warning. And if we're right, both our species are about to face a threat that will require more than just advanced technology to overcome. The hidden truth. The crystalline being's patterns froze in what Sarah interpreted as shock. You decoded the temporal layers of the beacon. Its harmonics shifted to frequencies that made the ship's hull resonate. That should have been impossible without access to the archives. Sarah finished. No, we did it by thinking differently. Dr. Wong, show them our analysis. Emily transmitted the data they'd gathered about the beacon. Complex mathematical models and quantum waveform analyses filled the shared displays, but it was the conclusions that caught the alien leader's attention. These patterns, the crystalline being observed, they're fractal expressions of, no, this cannot be. The precursors were supposed to have contained them. The Vorath, Sarah said quietly. That's what the deepest layer of the beacon called them. A species that exists partially outside of normal spacetime, feeding on the potential energy of civilizations. And according to our analysis, they're waking up. The alien vessel's formation tightened defensively, their energy signatures shifting to new configurations. The crystalline being's patterns became chaotic, displaying colors that human eyes had never seen before. How long? It demanded. How long have you known about this threat? We detected the first anomalies 3 months ago, Sarah explained. Quantum distortions in the fabric of spacetime, appearing and disappearing around developed worlds. At first, we thought they were natural phenomena, but then we started detecting patterns. Intelligence. Purpose. Rodriguez's console suddenly lit up with alerts. Captain, multiple quantum signatures detected at the edge of the system. They matched the patterns from the beacon's warning. The main view screen shifted to show the distant edge of the star system. Space itself seemed to be folding, creating geometries that hurt the human mind to observe. Dark shapes moved within these folds, their very existence an affront to the laws of physics. They're here, the crystalline being announced, its voice carrying harmonics of ancient dread. The Vorath have found us. But how? This sector was supposed to be protected by the precursor barriers. Because they followed us, Sarah realized, the pieces finally falling into place. Not just my ship, but humanity itself. Every time we pushed the boundaries of quantum physics, every time we developed technology that shouldn't have been possible, we were creating ripples they could sense. Your species' rapid advancement, the crystalline being concluded. It wasn't just remarkable, it was a beacon drawing them to this sector. The very achievements that impressed us also drew their attention. The dark shapes at the system's edge were growing larger, more distinct. They defied easy description, existing as much in possibility as in reality. Where they passed, the stars themselves seemed to dim, as if the very light was being consumed. Aria. Sarah called out, full analysis of the Vorath signatures. Compare them to every scientific principle we've ever encountered. The AI's response came quickly. Analysis complete. The Vorath appear to be utilizing natural quantum uncertainties in spacetime to manifest. They don't just travel through space, they alter the probability of their own existence at different points in reality. Which means conventional weapons would be useless, Sarah concluded. You can't fight something that can simply make your attack have never happened. The crystalline being's patterns had stabilized into what Sarah now recognized as a battle configuration. This is why we tested you so thoroughly, humans. The prophecies spoke of a species that would either save us all or inadvertently bring about our destruction. We had to be certain of your capabilities and your wisdom. And now? Sarah asked, watching as more Vorath shapes emerged from the quantum folds. Now, the being replied, we must decide if we face this threat alone or together. Your species has shown remarkable ability to understand and manipulate quantum principles. Our civilization has spent millennia preparing defenses against the Vorath. Perhaps together, we might have a chance. Sarah finished. She turned to her crew. Dr. Wong, compile everything we know about quantum communication and consciousness. Rodriguez, prepare to link our quantum shields with their defense systems. HFY, begin developing hybrid protocols that combine our technologies. The crystalline being's patterns shifted to show surprise. You would trust us so readily. After we threatened you. Sarah smiled grimly. Trust isn't just about faith. It's about recognizing when cooperation is the only logical choice. Besides, humanity has dreamed up countless scenarios like this in our fiction. We've spent centuries imagining how different species might come together to face impossible threats. Fiction. The being's patterns showed confusion. You prepared for this through imaginary scenarios. Imagination. Sarah replied as she watched her crew coordinate with the alien vessels, is humanity's greatest weapon. And right now, we're going to need every weapon we can get. The Vorath shapes were almost upon them now, their impossible geometries threatening to tear reality itself apart. But as human and alien technologies began to synchronize, as two very different species prepared to face an unimaginable threat together, Sarah felt something she hadn't expected. Hope. Because if humanity had learned anything from centuries of dreaming about the stars, it was this. The greatest victories often came not from power or technology, but from the ability to unite diverse strengths against a common foe. Unity through adversity. The Vorath emerged fully into normal space, their forms shifting between states of possibility like dark waves in a quantum sea. Around the Curiosity, the alien vessels moved into a defensive formation that spoke of millennia of preparation. But Sarah knew that old strategies wouldn't be enough against an enemy that could rewrite the rules of reality itself. All vessels, synchronize quantum shields, she ordered. HFY, begin the consciousness integration protocols. The crystalline being's pattern swirled with curiosity. What are you attempting? Something impossible, Sarah replied with a slight smile. Dr. Wong, explain the theory. Emily's voice was steady despite the tension. We believe the Vorath exist partially outside normal spacetime because they're aware of all quantum possibilities simultaneously. But what if we could match that awareness? Not just with technology, but with consciousness itself. The alien vessel's energy signatures fluctuated as they processed this idea. You propose to expand our consciousness to match theirs. The energy requirements alone would be beyond any single species' capability. Sarah finished. But together, combining your quantum technology with our theoretical understanding. She paused as the first Vorath attack rippled through spacetime, attempting to erase the very probability of their existence. The combined shields held, barely. Rodriguez, initiate the Freeman Protocol, Sarah commanded. HFY, begin quantum consciousness synchronization. The Curiosity's systems merged with the alien vessels, creating a network of shared awareness that transcended normal communication. Through this link, Sarah felt the ancient knowledge of the crystalline beings flowing into her mind, and she shared humanity's unique perspective in return. Remarkable. The crystalline being broadcasted through their shared consciousness. Your species truly does think differently. Where we see immutable laws of physics, you see possibilities. Another Vorath attack came, stronger this time. Reality flickered around them like a faulty hologram. But now they could see the attack for what it really was, not just energy, but consciousness itself, trying to impose its will on the fabric of space-time. That's it, Sarah realized, the idea flowing through their shared awareness. They're not just creatures of quantum uncertainty. They're the ultimate observers, collapsing quantum possibilities into whatever reality benefits them. But if we can observe reality together, with enough conscious minds linked, we can maintain our own quantum state, the crystalline being finished, understanding flowing between them. Force our combined probability wave to remain coherent despite their attempts to collapse it. The alien vessels moved in perfect synchronization with the Curiosity, their technologies merging into something entirely new. Human creativity and adaptability flowed through crystalline precision and ancient knowledge. Together, they began to push back against the Vorath's attempts to unmake them. But the dark entities were far from defeated. They launched a massive assault, attempting to create quantum contradictions that would tear their ships apart at the subatomic level. Reality itself groaned under the strain. "We need more," Sarah broadcast through their linked consciousness. "Not just defense. We need to show them something they've never seen before." Araya, initiate Project Dreamscape. Through their quantum link, Sarah shared humanity's greatest gift with their new allies: the power of imagination itself. Centuries of dreams, stories, and impossible ideas flowed through their combined consciousness. The crystalline beings' patterns flared with wonder as they experienced humanity's unlimited capacity for envisioning new possibilities. The Vorath attacked again, but this time something was different. Where before they had tried to impose their preferred reality, now they encountered a consciousness that could imagine infinite realities. Human creativity, multiplied through alien quantum technology, created a defense that didn't just resist their attacks, it reimagined them. Now, Sarah commanded as understanding flowed through their linked minds. Show them what multiple species dreaming together can accomplish. Their combined ships moved in impossible ways, turning the Vorath's own quantum nature against them. Where the dark entities tried to create uncertainty, they encountered the crystallized certainty of multiple species working in harmony. Where they attempted to unmake reality, they found new realities being dreamed into existence. The Vorath's assault faltered for the first time in their ancient history. Their dark forms began to lose coherence, unable to maintain their quantum state in the face of such unified consciousness. "They're retreating," Rodriguez announced, his voice filled with disbelief. "The quantum folds are collapsing." Through their linked minds, Sarah felt the crystalline being's patterns shift to something like joy. "You've shown us something we never considered in all our millennia of existence. The true power isn't in technology or quantum manipulation. It's in the ability to imagine new possibilities." As the last Vorath signatures faded from their sensors, Sarah watched the impossible become reality. Human and alien technologies working in perfect harmony. Two vastly different species sharing consciousness and purpose. Ancient threats overcome not through superior firepower, but through the combined power of imagination and unity. "So," she broadcast through their still-linked minds, "about those prophecies of yours." The crystalline being's patterns danced with what she now recognized as laughter. "Perhaps they were more literal than we thought. A species that would either destroy us or save us, by showing us how to dream beyond our limitations." As the combined fleet prepared to pursue the retreating Vorath, Sarah felt a deep sense of satisfaction. Humanity had proven itself not through dominance or technological superiority, but by demonstrating their greatest strength: the ability to unite different perspectives in the face of impossible odds. The stars seemed brighter somehow, as if reality itself had been enhanced by their victory. The Curiosity and its alien allies set course for the next sector, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. Because now they understood. The true power of humanity wasn't in their technology or their quantum theories. It was in their ability to dream, to imagine, and to help others dream alongside them.